My name is Joe Leggio, and Larry is my little brother. This has been a very tough week for the Leggio and Mesh families. We want to thank everyone that traveled from far away to be here to this great city of ours and help us honor our fallen heroes, our brothers. The job I have takes me all over the country. When I meet people in other cities and they know I'm from Kansas City, they always ask, "What's Kansas City like?" This community has so many things to be proud of. The Kansas City Royals, who had a very big win last night, our football team, the Chiefs, the beautiful Country Club Plaza, and this Power and Light District, where we're gathered today inside this Sprint Center. But what makes this city truly special are our first responders who protect us. They keep this city safe. To all the firefighters, police officers, emergency personnel who put their lives on the line every day, Kansas City appreciates all of you. Fire Chief Berardi, Local 42 President Bill Galvin, Chief Donna Mays, business agents Gary Reese and Chris Vandermillion. Our families thank the KSHB for your support during the last 5 days. To all the firefighters and EMS crews on the scene last Monday night who helped get Larry and John out of there, plus the staff at Truman Medical Center who worked frantically trying to save their lives. We are eternally grateful. It's important that we remember there were 2 other firefighters injured when that wall collapsed. Dan Werner and Chris Anderson, we pray for your speedy recovery. You and the rest of this proud department are all our heroes. Mayor James, thank you for your leadership and support in these difficult times. You were there with our families as we mourned our brothers at Truman Medical Center on that terrible night. Kansas City is lucky to have such a caring leader running our city. Thank you. To the Kansas City Royals organization, especially Drew Butera, Eric Hosmer, Mike Moustakis, and Mike Sweeney. Our families will never forget how you opened your hearts before Game 5 of the Division Series on Wednesday night. You helped ease our pain for just a little while. Personally, I will never forget how John Mesh's 4 daughters smiled and found some comfort at this sad time in their young lives. The Mesh girls are so brave and inspiring to all of us. The Leggio family has a 50-year history with this proud department. You heard earlier, our dad was a 26-year veteran on the job. He retired in 1991. My brother Larry dreamed of following in his dad's footsteps. He didn't have an easy road. But with the mentorship and guidance of Louis Wright, a lifelong friend of the Leggio family and former president of Local 42, Larry's dream became a reality when he graduated from the Fire Academy in 1998. Larry spent 17 incredible years with this department, and he loved every minute of it. You heard earlier, he served the neighborhood he grew up in, Old Northeast. And I want to share a letter that one of his neighbors wrote. Her name is Marie Castro. She lives right across the street from Larry. And these are Marie's words. Early Tuesday morning, October 13, I woke up and couldn't go back to sleep. I turned on the radio next to my bed and heard that there was a fire close to Prospect on Independence Avenue. The first thing that came to mind was Larry. I hope Larry is not one of them. As I sat down to eat my lunch that afternoon, I turned on the TV to watch the news. The first thing I saw was the tragedy of the fire. There appeared the two names of the firefighters who perished. Larry's name was one of them, and I broke down and cried. I lost one of my very special friends and neighbors. Larry was like a young brother to me. He was always ready to help. His spirit of generosity had no bounds. Our neighborhood lost a genuine friend. Larry, I thank you with all my heart for being so caring, always watchful for the well-being of your neighbors. Your heroic commitment to this community is exceptional. And most of all, you've given your life. For the safety of your fellow men, may God, in his immense goodness and mercy, be with you forever. Marie. When Chief Berardi conducted his news conference on Tuesday morning after that tragic night, and he announced Larry and John's names to the media, I learned something about how the department notifies families if a tragedy strikes. Every firefighter has to pick someone on the job that's a close personal friend of the family to make that call if ever needed. Jason Stockbauer, thank you for making the most difficult phone call of your life. I pray, brother, that you never have to make that call again. And as unimaginable as it had to be for you, please know that my family took comfort in receiving the news from our friend who was fighting alongside Larry when he made the ultimate sacrifice. I have one more thing to share. About Old Northeast, and to try and put this in some perspective regarding my sister-in-law, Missy. She and Larry lived just a few blocks from the scene of that fire. When I was little, we had a fire scanner in our house. And on the nights my dad worked and we heard calls come in our neighborhood, it wasn't unusual for my mom to gather us up and we would drive to the fire and see our dad work. It was only a few blocks away. On that Monday night, Missy was driving home from the grocery store and saw flashing lights and smoke on Independence Avenue and Prospect. So she pulled over to see if Larry was there. She didn't know. But she saw Rescue 31 on the scene, and she knew that Truck 2, which is parked right there, Larry's company, had to be close. She drove around the block searching for a glimpse of Truck 2's ladder in the air. The entire time she was searching, she was on the phone with Larry's mom, telling her, "Our baby is here." She parked her car and walked towards the scene. when she saw the structure collapse and flames engulf the area. The frantic rescue ensued, and moments later, an ambulance sped away with Larry. Jason Stockbauer, who knew Larry was critically injured, saw Missy walking towards the scene. Jason cradled Missy in his arms, carried her to the chief's buggy as they rushed to the hospital to be with her dying husband, my brother. Larry Leggio and John Mesh will live in our hearts forever. Our families will find strength knowing that these brave men died saving others. We love you both, and we will never, ever forget.